Welcome to Kentucky Brew Reviews. I'm Radar.
Special K, and tonight we're doing something a little different, or something we haven't done in a while. This is going to be Kentucky Brew Review's top 5 seltzers. Now, these are seltzers that we picked personally. We talked with the whole crew, and we decided what our top 5 would be on the show. The only stipulation is we have to review them at some point on the show.
And they can't be the liquor seltzers. Like the vodka seltzers, those are a completely separate thing.
Yeah, so those aren't going to qualify for this video. So your High Noon, Sunsips, stuff like that, they're not a fair comparison because those are so much better. Mm-hmm. So we're going to stick with the typical fermented seltzers. So Radar, let's go ahead and start with our number 5 since you're currently drinking it.
Obviously, the number 5 is going to be the Myko Ultra, the organic seltzers. They are. I think their major selling point is that they are organic. They're a little bit on the expensive side, and I mean they taste like a seltzer. They're not. It's got that nice spicy carbonation, but it's not overwhelmingly flavored with anything. So
you'll find these seltzers about 10 calories lighter than a typical seltzer. So instead of being 100, it's about 90 calories, but it's also 1% alcohol less, meaning it's 4% alcohol by volume. Typically $1 to $2 more for a 12-pack. However, they do have 2 or 3 different flavor variety packs. Right. So there's a lot of flavors out there. They're usually one of the crispest and cleanest, easygoing flavors. And I imagine they accomplish that by being less calories and less.
It's a trade-off.
Yeah, they're trading off the calories and alcohol, but in turn makes it very crisp, clean, and refreshing seltzer. So it ends up being our number 5 on the list. Can't go wrong with them. And the organic's a plus if you're into that. It's seltzer water.
Some people really do require most of their foodstuffs to be organic. I'm fine with that.
So our number 4 we're going into right now would be the Claw. So one of the originals. It's on the list. White Claws are one of the original seltzers coming out of the market. The big appeal of these is the amount of flavors they have. They have a low-calorie one. Now they have the surges on the market. This is the T one.
There is a White Claw for just about everybody.
This is the base White Claws, 100 calories, 5% alcohol by volume. The big thing, again, is because they're readily available everywhere. And they don't have anything offensive in the flavor. Mm-hmm. They don't use stevia in their baseline of product, which is a big plus for seltzer, just like the Myko Ultra.
Right.
You'll find that every seltzer on this list does not have stevia on it because, in our opinion, it defeats the purpose of a seltzer. If you want something sweet like that, then you go with a malt beverage or you make your own beverage. The point of seltzers is to be not very sweet, low in calories.
Yeah, very light, just something to have to relax.
Yeah, so those White Claw fits that category really well, again, being readily available. Tons of flavors out there, pretty neutral, like you want a seltzer to be neutral in flavor,
Oh, yeah.
So, our number 3 Radar.
It's got to be the Kirkland.
Yeah.
The Kirkland brand seltzers. They come in multi-packs. There's 4 flavors. This one we have on the bar. This is the black cherry one. Again, 100 calories, 5% alcohol, which is decent, but they come in a little bit less expensive than White Claws.
A lot of it less.
Say what?
A lot of it less.
That's fair. They are far less expensive. But the big thing about them is they are comparable to White Claws. There's the black cherry one. There's also
lime.
There's lime. There's strawberry and lemon.
Grapefruit.
I think that's right.
Grapefruit and mango.
That's right.
Yeah. So
but they're comparable.
So yeah, they're as far as calories, alcohol, they're all comparable to the White Claws. But again, $19.99 for a 24-pack.
Oh, yeah.
That's insane. Flavor wise, they're very similar to White Claws. So you're talking to get 24 White Claws, you're looking at about $31. Mm-hmm. 24 of these.
Decently expensive.
$19.99. So these destroy White Claw in the price department. And a lot of other seltzers, for that matter.
Yeah, they really put a hurting on them. And the thing is, they're not bad.
No,
you get a lot of seltzers that are cheap, that are just
rough.
They're like oily, they're thick, they're like just not great.
And again, they don't put that stevia in it. The one
thing
you don't like. So.
You get that signature stevia flavor.
So the next one we don't have on the bar because I haven't been in Aldi's to get it, but we're going to do the Vista Bay Aldi seltzers. It's another store brand seltzer, so it falls in the same category. It has that cheap price range. Now, downside to these seltzers, or they come in smaller cans, but you might like that. They come in the 8 or 9 ounce cans,
Mm-hmm.
But they are pretty cheap. They're going to be cheaper than your Claws and whatnot.
My sister really likes those.
Now they're interesting because some of the flavors, they have like, a lot of them have like coconut undertones to them, like they have a coconut lime and stuff like that.
A little more tropical.
Yeah, so their flavors are, good flavors. I think some of the best flavors. Some of the strongest, when I say flavor, I'm talking about the flavor it says. So lime, mango, grapefruit, whatever it says. It has strong flavors in it. And the coconut undertones on those, I personally like a lot. That might turn some people off.
A lot of them that are heavily flavored like that are really, really sweet too, and they're not overly sweet. They do have a little bit of sweetness to them.
No, they fall under the same thing. They don't have that stevia, which is a turnoff, in my opinion, on a lot of these seltzers. Now, our number one, before we reveal our number one, we're going to do an honorable mention. So these are ones that...
you'd have one.
Yeah. So we're going to go with Willie's Seltzers.
Oh, yeah.
Now, you can't technically put the Super Brew on there because I feel like it's not quite a seltzer.
It's more a beer.
But they do have a good line of seltzers out there. That's a good choice.
Yes.
You like the Arizona ones.
I am a big fan of that. The Arizona ones are confusing, though, because they're so thick looking. Like, they look like they should taste different. But if you don't pour it into a glass, I don't think it really matters. And most people are not going to pour it into a glass. Another
honorable mention would be the Natural Light seltzers.
The Natural Light, yeah.
Yeah, those are good seltzers. Just for cheaper, readily available. They go, and they got a little bit of funky funk in it, but they're up there.
Sometimes they have a little bit more than a little.
Yeah. They know what they do. They're still better than the Bud Light seltzers.
I agree. I 100% agree with that.
And then because of this list, we're also going to do a top 5 worst seltzers just to make sense. And without further ado, we're going to reveal our number one. Radar, what is our number one?
It's got to be the Founders Mas Agave Seltzers. And they do a sort of a weird thing where instead of using sugar or stevia or one of the other sweeteners, they use an agave nectar to sweeten theirs, which I think is really impressive. I think that's a fantastic choice. They're a little bit more expensive. They're about $1 a piece.
Actually, they're cheaper than most seltzers because it's $15 for a 12-pack of White Claws versus $15 for a 15-pack.
Oh, that's right.
They do 15 packs of Mas
I was
Agave.
thinking it was the other way around.
Yeah,
so matter.
they're actually cheaper than most of the seltzers out there.
Well,
they're not as cheap as Costco, but
they're also pretty good.
Right.
To be fair, they have several flavors. What flavor?
They have grapefruit, lime, and I believe mango.
Yeah, the lime is really where it's at, though.
Yeah. So the plus to these seltzers are they are going to be slightly higher in calories. Mm-hmm. So you're looking at, I think, like they're 120 or so. But because they're using that agave nectar and real fruit juice in their seltzers, I mean, it's not a lot, but they are putting it in there.
Seems like a real drink, though.
It makes them taste a little bit fresher. I like them a lot. I hope to see other flavors from them if they're going to keep doing seltzers out there. And if you're wanting a craft seltzer, I mean, that's where it's at.
Founders is a very recognizable craft name.
Right.
I bet you could get a lot of folks that refuse to drink mainstream drinks to drink a Founders seltzer.
I was surprised when I even saw a Founders seltzer, and then the fact that they even, like I said, charging $15 for a 15-pack for a craft seltzer, meaning cheaper than a lot of the big brands, cheaper than Bud Light seltzers, Bud Light Platinum seltzers, just about every seltzer on the market, with the exception of the Costco and Vista Bay, which
they just sort of stepped in and ruined everybody else.
So with seltzers, you have to find a good balance of quality and price. That's the key.
That's very true.
I feel like you're not getting a lot of value out of like something like the Bud Light seltzers. A lot of people are going to mention those on the list. They don't quite have the quality isn't there for what you're paying for the money. If they were a value seltzer, I feel like they would make the list.
But the cans, they look so pretty.
Right. And Bud Light, I give them props because every 3 weeks they're coming out with a new random pack of seltzers. I mean, flavor-wise, but none of them are good.
We're gonna
so
we'll continue to drink them and go, none of these are good.
Because they keep putting stevia in their seltzers.
I think that they're playing the long con here. They're going to come out with just an absolutely stellar set of drinks, like a year down the road when seltzers are no longer the big thing.
I think their thing was like, oh, well, we have Myko Ultra organic. That's our brand. So we don't need to, we can put stevia in this Bud Light ones. I think they should have just, I said, it defeats the purpose. So if you like this list and you want to see us to do a top 5 worst seltzers, or a top 5 anything in general, let us know in the comments down below. Don't forget to support our channel on Patreon, Facebook, and Instagram. I'm Special K.
I'm Radar. Thanks for watching.